Hey guys, this is my Jonsered 2141, and it is in amazing shape. I mean, there's still a barcode on the bottom of it. Thing is in just awesome shape. Got it from a guy out in Wyoming. Anyway, made a few cuts around the house today. Had a recent snowstorm, and when we get snow, it's pretty heavy. So I knocked some branches down. They were sitting on the roof and cut them off. So anyway, that's kind of it. But this is my 2141. It's a Jonsered version of a 340 Husqvarna. It is a clamshell saw. So it's one of the very few clamshell saws that has the same crank and connecting rod and piston as other non-clamshell saws, and these things use a really weird system. They have the bottom case, and they have a bearing cap, and then a jug can go on top of it. This is just jug and bottom case, and the bearing is situated between the two. But this one, you have that opportunity to put a jug from a professional saw on it, like a 346 XP, and supposedly that gives these things a bit more power. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I originally planned to do that, but after running this thing, I mean, it runs pretty sweet. I definitely need to tune it a bit more. I had it running rich so it would start easier, and it definitely does. We've been, like I said, had some really cold weather. Wanted the saw to starts just fine. I'll worry about getting some more performance out of it later. Anyway, this is a fantastic saw. If you get the opportunity to get one, I'd recommend getting one, because these things are great. And the guy who I bought it from said there is a way to make the tensioner where you can adjust the tension by the side. He sent me a parts to do it. I haven't seen a picture of how it's supposed to look, but I might post a video if there isn't one on YouTube of somebody doing that. Tensioners right up front here. Has a small little dog, but it's a small saw, so I'm okay with that. The air filter on it is an interesting setup. So you take the 3 screws out and the cover comes off. That's normal. But the air filter is this screw lock thing. It's interesting. So don't know if I'm going to keep that on there or if I'm going to see about putting a different air filter on it. I don't know. And yeah, I don't even know if I'm actually going to do what I said and put the bearing cap and 346 XP cylinder and piston on it, because this thing just runs so good. It has a lot of compression. Like, for the size, this thing it's a ridiculous amount of compression for the size. So I might just leave it, because I think it's got a decent amount of torque for its size. I don't know yet. Everything I was cutting was super small. That's why I left the small bar on it, because it was just handy for what I was doing with it. Chokes here. Interesting thing about these saws, so if you turn it off and you pull out the choke, it automatically turns that back to the on position. That's nice. That's something I wish some of the other Jonsereds had. Or I should say, that's something I wish that Husqvarnas in general had, especially some of the older ones. Funny story, I still have it. I have a 385 XP, and first time that I was using it, got it tuned and everything, was bucking logs out of a log deck for firewood. And I set down the saw and went and did something. I think I answered the phone or something. I went back to the saw and tried to start it, and I couldn't get this thing to start. It was and going back to it, I'm laughing about it now, but I probably spent a good 15 minutes trying to start the saw. Couldn't figure it out until I watched a video on those, and somebody else complained about the stop and start switch. Sure enough, looked at it, and my start switch was in the off position. And believe me, I felt like a total moron. So turn that back to the run position, pulled the choke out, put it back in so I was on high idle, cranked it over, and 2 poles was running. But it was just a funny thing. So anyway, just an overview of this 2141 that's in really great shape, and I'm excited to use it. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.